that leads me to my last thought is this. If we're developing a habit, it's not just about a constant communication with Him. It's then about an instant obedience to God. Galatians 5:25, since we live by the Spirit, let us keep in step with the Spirit. You see, the more that I am in His Word and the more time that I spend with Him, the more sensitive I become to what He wants to do. Not just in my life, when He calls out those little problems or He calls out those red flags, He calls out those sins, He calls out those habits that are distracting me from being a witness for Him. Whatever the case may be, it's also about me cooperating with what He wants to do. Amy's mom was woken up one night in the middle of the night, and Amy's uncle was in Iraq, I believe. I need to get rid of this cup. He was in Iraq, and he was fighting, obviously, and it's kind of a tough story to tell, so I'm just going to rush through it here. So he had gotten backed up in the corner, he and his team, and he was literally down to his last bullet. And if you've been in the military, you know what that last bullet is about. And he's just there. Well, at the same time, Jeanette was awakened just in the middle of the night and just began to pray for Uncle Joe. And just pray, and just her heart was heavy, just didn't know what was going on and what was going on. The next day, she just sends him an email and says, I just don't know. I'm just praying for you. I'm not sure what's going on, but I just want to let you know I was praying with you. And he just replies back, so what time were you praying for me? She gave this little window of what time, and he said, God is so amazing because at that exact time, I was backed up into a corner. The enemy was surrounding us. We were way outnumbered. My last bullet, it was ready. And then all of a sudden, this other team of Marines came in and took there's other opposition out. And now I'm alive to tell the story. Now, that's an extreme story, right, of obedience with God. But I wonder sometimes how many times does God infiltrate our sleep? How many times does God try to interrupt what we're doing, whether it's watching TV or something that's not really doing or accomplish anything? How many times does He just step in and say,